Alright guys, welcome to part 2 of the short video series that I'm going to do about making NSATS Zeus templates. So we're picking up here where we left off. I've placed down my entities. So the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to cover the base area, what needs to actually be in it, what's preferred to have in it, and what is just useless fluff that, shouldn't be in there because every item you put in does take up lag. So the first thing that you're going to see is this is not 100% the ideal area yet to put in a base. It's nice and flat, but there's shit there. So what I'm going to show you is a way that you can remove all of that garbage from that area. So you're going to go under Systems, Modules, you're going to go to Environment, Hide Terrain Objects. Right? So you'll see this little circle pop up. Any item that is inside this circle will disappear. Trees, walls, rocks, whatever. So in this case, we want this entire mountain top area cleared off. So you're going to go to Transformation, and this is the size of it. So let's say we wanted 100 meters by 100 meters in a square. Boom. Boom. Now that whole area is cleared off and ready for us to put our own stuff down. It removes it. It straight up removes it. You can no longer interact with it. This allows you to clear off whole areas. You can clear whole towns off a map if you so choose. Or, I will quick show you guys, you can demolish buildings if you need to for thematic reasons. You can go ahead, edit terrain object, drop it on the building, destroyed, boom. You can also hide the building so it was never there, although this one seems to have bugged a bit because now hotel is just floating there. Anyway, back up over here. So, one of the elements that is, it's one of the most important elements you can have in the base area is the is the arsenal. All right. So we just pick a nice big old box here. You can do LDF, NATO, FIA, whatever floats your boat. All right. So in this case, I'm going to put down a NATO supply box. All right. I am going to double click on this. I want to make sure that ammunition cook-off is disabled for this. That prevents a lot of problems. So to create the ACE arsenal, you see how here it's on a whitelist for items? All you do is you swap that over to a blacklist. And for the purposes of our sanity, I go through to the, actually I can't. You can essentially blacklist any singular item in the game. However, you can only do it with the mods you have on, so we're fairly limited. So that enables the ACE arsenal. What creates the actual arsenal? Well, it is a little bit of code that goes like this. 0 space underscore arsenal. Boom. So now theoretically, if I go ahead and I play as this character, if I put the code in right, technically I can go ahead, walk over to here, boom, I fire it up, I have my arsenal. I can go ahead and I can grab whatever I want. With the freaking Burris XTR2, with a laser pointer, and with a mag light as a sidearm. Right? Or if I want to do it through ACE, arsenal. Right, now you might be saying, but what about the inventory that's here? I'm getting to that. So I'm going to go back to the Eden editor. I am going to right click on it. Where are you hiding? You're going to go to equipment storage, and you're going to press the clear button. This will wipe the inventory. Right? Now the other thing you can do is you can disable simulation. All that means is they can't pick stuff up out of the box again. However, I will be disabling damage. This prevents somebody from blowing up the arsenal. Because I don't know how many of you have been doing R-Ups, but there are several times where the arsenals tend to become pretty close to getting blown up. And that's a pain for all parties involved. So, yeah. Now you can, put down, I usually put down 3 of them, that way everybody isn't just clustered around one, because that leads to that can lead to all sorts of problems. The other area that I prefer, so this is really the only necessary thing you need to have in your spawn area, other than a respawn, but I will be covering that in another section. So the other thing that is liked to have is a briefing area. Technically, all you need for a briefing area is chairs. That way there's an area where everybody can come, sit down. Not 100% necessary, but, I can go ahead, furniture, office, chair wooden, because that actually works with the asit module, and I can go ahead and place down some chairs. Right. Then you can put a tent down, but, this is the part that is purely optional. This is what? Structures, humanitarian, no. The one that I use personally is the large canvas cover. That way, in case the Zeus has it set to raining, the guys are covered, and it eases up the noise of the rain. You can put a desk or whatever. Like I personally, like you could put down where is the ass? So you can put down things, military. Portable desk. Damn it. Put down a chair. You could put down a computer there. You can put down really whatever you want. You could put down, where is it? No, you can put down the large screen that I've got sitting there for you guys. Boom. Other things that are nice to have are things like a designated vehicle repair area. So in this case, you can go ahead. Where is it? Flexible. What is it under? So you can go like with the fuel bladder. That way it's a large enough thing. You can go ahead, you can put that down. That way there's refuel, so you want to click on that. You want to disable damage, but you want to leave simulation on. You go to ACE options. You can go cargo for rearming, and you can put this at 10,000. Fuel volume, you can go ahead, put this at -10 because this is our base area. You can also make it a repair facility. Boom. So now you've got an area where, if need be, you can refuel your trucks, you can repair them. You can also refuel a helicopter, you can put a helipad down, whatever. Or if you want to have it be a little more cinematic looking, you can go ahead and you can also place this down behind it or whatever to make it look like an actual repair facility. Everything else is really periphery. You can go ahead and secure the area with HESCOs. You can put up a little firing range like I do. And then once you've got it complete, as I said before, you can go ahead, get rid of that, you can go to compositions, custom, and you can set up a whole base area like thusly. Right? Anything else? That about covers everything that you need in the base area with props and whatnot. If you want to code in an image, you know, you can. I'm not gonna get hugely into that, but because you do need to have a specific file. So all the images that you see here, when you save this mission, it creates a file. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I am going to remove this stuff, and I am going to put down my own base template here. All right. So if you look into here, you'll see this is the code that you will need for that. Essentially, you're setting this setObjectTextureGlobal. This sets the screen. This is the file name. All right. So like in every single one of those folders, that's why after I think it was V6, the file sizes got a little bit larger because I put images in just to enhance the overall aesthetic of the base area. However, you do need to make sure that that image file is in the folder, otherwise the mission will not launch. Alright, so you'll see in this generic base area, you know, that I've got a medical facility with the letters here. Technically I don't need to, but I thought that they enhance the aesthetic. But you'll notice, even in this area, this is the minimum amount of stuff. Alright, it's just a simple HESCO barrier area. You've got a simple shooting thing out here with 4 lanes and an arsenal box. You've got a medical building that is in fact a medical facility. You've got your repair and fuel. This is the only area where I've put any additional fluff into, and that's not a lot. And even then, I've disabled the simulation on a lot of it. Alright, because the more random crap you have, the more it takes a toll on the server. It slows it down more. So, but if you disable the simulation, the players can't interact with it. It effectively becomes part of the map. Like, you can't blow it up, you can't move it, you can't touch it. Because every single item you add in, the server needs to essentially, like for this building, the server needs to render in all the stuff that happens to the building. Because if I shoot it or I blow it up, it needs to render damage. If it's not simulated, then the server doesn't worry about it. And you'll notice I've got my guys here. So once I come back again, I will be going over the modules and logics that you will need to create your own Zeus template. I will catch you guys in the next